The hostess family glowed with the joy of their newborn first child, Riley. But what they could never have imagined that the precious daughter would need blood transfusions for serious medical conditions not once but twice before she turned 5. Life was great for the hostess family, and Riley seemed healthy. But things quickly changed, and Riley was diagnosed with leukemia, a blood cancer. At age 3, she was hospitalized and needed blood from numerous donors as she battled for her life. In just 3 months, she required 6 platelet transfusions. The hostess family went through a lot in just a short period of time. I know some of you may hate the idea of having needles inserted into their bodies or thinking that giving blood isn't important, but according to the American Red Cross, donating blood is a simple thing to do. The process itself is just an hour long, and the donation process from the time you arrive until the time you leave is about an hour, and the donation process itself is just 8 to 10 minutes on average. Being in leadership in high school granted me the opportunity to be a part of about 4 blood drives. And I'm no doctor, but before we went to classes to encourage people to donate, we were given some information that we were told that would benefit the donor as well as the recipient. So by learning more about blood donations, you will have a greater understanding of why it's important to donate blood. Today I will talk about the problems, causes, and solutions of donating blood. One of the problems is underrepresentation, and one of the groups who are mostly underrepresented are gay men. So when planning to donate blood, people usually fill out a questionnaire, and they're asked about their sexual encounters, and they must answer truthfully, as those questions determine whether they could donate or not. And if a man were to choose a box that he has had sexual intercourse with another male, it is most likely that they will not be able to donate blood because they have higher risk of catching diseases. Now, as of December 21st, according to the FDA, they have changed its recommendation regarding blood donations by men who have sex with men, also known as MSM, from an indefinite deferral to a deferral of 12 months since last sexual encounter. So, meaning if a male who has had sex with another male decided to one day donate blood, he must wait 12 months since his last sexual encounter to do so. The FDA guidance recommends that blood donation establishments revise their donor educational materials, donor history questionnaires, and accompanying materials. Another group who are underrepresented are minorities. In the U.S., minorities substantially have lower donation rates than whites. Race and ethnicity influence blood donation rates. Recent data from 6 blood centers throughout the U.S. calculated a representation ratio of donors for 2006. The study calculated a ratio of 0.4 for Asians, 0.5 for African Americans, and 0.5 for Hispanics, and 1.1 for whites. In another study, using the data from the National Survey of Family Growth, history of blood donation since 1985 in men aged 25 to 44 was lower in Hispanics, Africans, and others compared to whites. In addition, the rates were lower for those born outside versus inside of the U.S. I have talked about some of the problems about blood donation. Now I will talk about the causes. There are many causes to which people do not donate blood, and one of them is the lack of education. One of the causes for people not donating blood is their lack of education and knowledge. Many previous reports have shown that people have insufficient knowledge about and many misconceptions about blood donation. It's very surprising that in such an advanced era, people do not go online to look for accurate information about donating blood. Most of the people get their information from friends and television, and those are the common sources for information about donating blood. In the study of KSA, they described that the blood bank and staff are usually other resources about donating blood. A study in India found that the majority of the participants obtained information from television, newspapers, and radio. Another cause is the fear and distrust. People here hear myths about donating blood, and they're scared because most people are scared of the needle, but what they don't know is that the needle that actually is inserted into you when you donate blood is little to no discomfort. The one that usually hurts is the finger pricking they do at the screening. That's what people say hurts most. And another thing is people are afraid to catch diseases, but what they don't know is blood is much safer now than it was before. There are a lot of things that they do, like they clean out the blood, and they also go through different screenings, laboratory testing, confidential exclusion of donations, and donor record checks. And all the materials they use is disposable and put into a box marked for biohazard materials. Therefore, there is no chance of contracting AIDS or any other disease by donating blood. Now you know some of the causes and the problems. I'll talk about solutions. A big solution would need the help of the government and the industry. According to the FDA, the possible short-term strategies may include participating in media outreach campaigns to encourage blood donations, co-sponsoring in public workshops to help better define the problems and share ideas for solutions, and providing public support for the current monitoring effort of the National Blood Data Research Center. Other strategies will take longer to develop and implement, but these are just some short-term strategies that the government can help. Something I can do is just donate blood regularly. You can donate blood like every 3 months because those are times when blood cells are created. So, and it's very, very beneficial to me because to my health, it helps blood flow faster, and it's like getting mini physicals every time you donate blood, and it's said to lead to a longer life. So first I talked about the problems of blood donation. Second, I talked about the causes, and last I talked about some solutions. So by learning more about blood donation, I hope you have a greater understanding of why it's important to donate blood. So back to Briley, the little girl. So even though Briley went through so much, she finally completed her treatment for leukemia on March 30th, 2013. She now lives a happy life, and she's very active. Her father says that without the Blood Institute, they know that it is possible Briley wouldn't survive, and they're very thankful for the blood donors that took their time to donate blood.